got some parts in, gathered up some parts I had laying around, and we're going to make a smoke tester for your automotive vacuum lines and evap systems, gas tank. Always wanted to make one and have one, but some of the store-bought ones are expensive. So I researched it, and looks like some guys already have come up with a design. I'm just going to copy it, but as you can see, I got a CPVC toilet flange here. I got a clean out with a plug. Got some glue and primer here. We got some baby oil. Tiki torch wicks. Got some clear poly tubing. I got a little Schrader fitting here, quick disconnect, and I got a hose barb. And we have some wire. This is vape wire. So it's a resistant type wire, and I'll explain it as we go how this thing works. And then I got this cool set of power cables with a fuse, 2 eyelets on the ends. I think I paid $10 for this thing. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we need to do is we need to prime this up and put some glue on. Now these are little cans, so got to be careful when we go to glue to make sure we get enough glue on there. All right, primer on. On that piece, put the primer on this piece. All right, now we got some glue. Again, this is small. This is a small dauber. This is for small. So just make sure you get enough on there and get it quick. It's a little warm today, humid, so it's going to dry fast. So you want this thing loaded up, just like you were doing plumbing in your house. Just make sure you got enough, always have enough glue. Alright, do this, put it on both sides, even like putting on the edge. And we put it down and do a quarter turn. Good. Just cleaned it up. Nice to be clean. There we go. She's glued up. Got good glue in there. And now we'll mark some holes and get some holes drilled in it. Okay, so we got it glued together. Now I need to put some holes in the side here for the basically the wick that's going to go in here. So it's nice. This flange has already some holes that are in the same line, so I'm just going to use the 2 flange holes here. If you guys can see that, sorry, here and here. And I'm going to mark holes in the side, drill some holes for some bolts that will be our connections for our positive and negative. So let's get going on that. Okay, so now we have holes. Got our bolts in there, as you can see. So now we're going to take our tiki torch wick, going to bend it over. So we're trying to get it to fit snugly in there. So you can see that. Just bend it over. 2 legs. 2 legs, even legs. We'll cut them evenly, but that fits snugly down in there. Let's get a knife and Cut that. Okay, got our 2 uneven legs. Mark this. So these legs right now are 2 inch. I'm going to cut it down another 1/2 inch. I think we should be a little lower. So now these legs are 1.5 inches. I don't know what the secret number of that is. Maybe somebody can chime in. But you want the wick, definitely want the wick legs to touch the bottom, because we're going to fill that up with the baby oil and it's going to wick up through it just like your tiki torch. You want that whole wick to be wet. Put a little Sharpie marks right here, and this is where we're going to wind our vape wire across. Here's the wire I'm going to be using. It's 26 gauge stainless steel. I got it off of Amazon. It's pretty cheap, but this is vape wire. But we need to have a correct length for the correct resistance for this to work. So I'm going to show you what everybody's saying is somewhere between 2 and 3 ohms. And I'm going to show you down. Hopefully you'll be able to see this, and you'll get the correct length that you need for the wire. So hopefully you can see this down here. I don't have my production manager here, but so I got my my meter set on ohms. I got my 2 leads touched together real close. Oh, I just fell off here. And I'm dragging my hand across this wire. As you can see, if you can see the meter, it's going up. There's 2. I'm going to go to about 2.5, just to be safe. So right there. I'll cut this wire. Put a little bend in it, so I got a mark. So this is the wire that I'm going to use, and we're going to wrap this around that tiki torch wick. So for your information, this wire is about 15 inches long. Each type of wire is going to be different. So just if you have a meter, I would use it. But I've seen different videos, different types wire, different thickness wire is going to give you a different resistance, but you need to use resistance type wire. Okay, so here's the wire. We're going to start on the lines that we marked. That's the ID of our PVC pipe there. We need to leave a little long because we need to wrap that around the 2 positive and negative bolts that we're going to hook our 12 volts to. And what we're told is we just wrap this around nicely. Try to make it even. We got that wrapped around there. And we got our 2 lead ends that we can wrap around our bolts. So before I install the wick inside here, we need to make 2 more ports in the side, okay? And we need a port to hook our hose to that's going to be used to connect to any of vacuum lines or evap system, charcoal canister, even a gas tank. So I need to put a port in here. So I have a nice little hose barb, 1/4 to 3/8 ID hose barb. I'm going to drill, tap that, put that in there. Then we need a way to get the air in. So this is your regular quick disconnect for your air hose for compressor. I'll put that in the other side. And we'll make those 180 from the other holes that the wick is hooked to, and we're almost home free. Okay, I got it drilled out. Now I'm going to use a pipe tap, since I have one. This is 1/4 inch MPT. I drilled it out, 7/16 holes, both sides. What I understand is, you know, it's plastic. You could probably run this fitting right in there since it's metal and it may tap itself, but since I have the tap, I'm going to do it the right way. But if you don't have a tap, you know, especially a pipe tap, people are saying that you could actually take that fitting and jam it in there. Since it's plastic, it will make its own thread. So don't worry about having to go buy, you know, this is probably a $10, $15 tap, but I have it, so I'm going to use it. Okay, we've got our holes tapped, 1/4 MPT. Let's put our fittings in. And again, this isn't necessary probably. I'm going to put Teflon tape on it. It's PVC. Most of the time when you tighten these up, plastic, it's just going to gall up in there. But you know what? I've always done it before. So let's put some Teflon on here. Just a couple wraps. Again, make sure your tail's going the right way. Just thread it in there. Give you a nice seal. Make sure you don't cross thread it. It'll be easy to cross thread. Tighten those up and we're ready to go. Okay, now it's time to get our wire wrapped around our bolts here. So here we go. Got the bolts sticking through. So now I got this O-ring assortment, Harbor Freight. It's great. I'm going to use these O-rings on these bolts. Hopefully that seals it up. So if we can see that, we've got some nice terminals here. Put our wires to. The wicks in there. So again, I picked up this nice set of little cables. Got a battery, little alligators on here, but the eyelets. Pull the wire out. Doesn't matter what side the positive or the negative are connected to. Okay, so here's the plug. What I've heard guys talk about, which makes sense, is putting a relief in this, because we are introducing air pressure into, you know, a close area, and even if it's hooked up to your vehicle, you could be pressurizing technically your vacuum system. So what I've seen guys do is drill a hole in the top and put just a rubber plug. And if it's overpressurized, that plug will just pop out. So what I have here is, if you can see that, that's a plug from my powder coating. This is a silicone plug from Eastwood, from my Eastwood powder coating system, and I bought a bunch of plugs. So I'm going to drill a hole in here, and we'll use this as a plug. So here's the hose I've got. I got this from Home Depot. This is 3/8 ID. It'll go right on my 3/8 hose barb. It's about 6 feet long. I think that's probably long enough. I don't know. That would be your choice. But as you can see here, I have an adapter in here from 3/8 to 1/4 inch. I got a little 1/4 inch silicone vac hose. But here's a little fitting vacuum fitting from my Mighty Vac tool that I have. And you know, if you have one of those tools, they come with a bunch of different fittings that you can put that into a vacuum line. So I'm just going to put that on there. I don't think I'll have to, but if I have to, I'll zip tie these together. But this one is nice. I can pull it off, get more volume if I'm going to do like we possibly might be doing a gas tank or something, or even that to fit into the EVAP test port, which I actually bought the tool for that, and that would fit right on the end of that. So anyway, that's what you can do for your end. You can make up your own, whatever you need to adapt to your vac lines. Okay, we're pretty much finished here. Last stage is to fill this bottom up with some baby oil, enough to get up into the wick legs that are down in there, and then to actually pour some onto the wick. I don't know how much, but we got a little bit down there. So let's give it a shot. As you can see, we got some baby oil down in there. The wick is saturated. And I already tested this, of course, before I put it on video. But amazing. There's battery. Once I connect this cable, it's instant smoke. Amazing. Okay, we know it smokes, so let's go ahead and put this lid on. Here's my plug. Just kind of put it in there to seal it up. I'm going to try to do this out without any Teflon tape on here. See if it works. Be less mess when we're taking it off. Need to get some compressed air hooked to it. Very low compressed air. Okay, we've got the compressed air. Very low. I think I got the regulator set down on maybe like 2.5 PSI or something like that. It probably not even registering, but it's really low. I tested it. You can feel it out here. Just barely coming out. So let's see if it's enough. Probably could use a little bit more air pressure. Well, there you go. Homemade DIY vacuum smoke tester. In reality, it probably took me 30 minutes, 45 minutes to totally build this thing. I probably have maybe $30 in it total. Seems to work okay. I got a vehicle coming over in a little bit. We're going to give it a test on that has an EVAP code error, and we're going to see if we can find a leak. But there you go, guys. I mean, nice, nice unit. And again, I copied this from another gentleman. A couple guys have done this, so I can't take credit for it. But kudos to those guys for designing this and helping us DIY guys that are budget-minded guys to have a tool. But pretty cool. Put that in the tool arsenal, and it's always there. Hopefully, you don't have to use it a lot, but it's there if we need it. So let's hook it up to a vehicle and let's see if we can find a vac leak. All right, guys, we got her hooked up here. 2011 Silverado 1500 with the hot coils on there. Look at them coils. We got her smoking, and we got it hooked up to right here. I got a little nitro glove. A little bit smoking out the glove. I got it taped up. This doesn't have a EVAP service port in it, so we got her smoking here. Hopefully we see something underneath. I don't see anything in the top of the engine. That line goes right to the back to the charcoal canister. So let's crawl under and see what we got. So if you can see, we got it all the way back to the charcoal canister. See smoke coming out. But when we plug it back in, we don't have smoke anywhere else, so we don't have a leak there. That's good.
Next is to check. We're going to check the engine, basically plug it in and smoke the engine, and we'll probably cap off or tape off the intake, and then we'll smoke the engine. And then the last thing we're going to do is we will smoke the gas tank, which we have a feeling that may be the issue, is the fuel pump mount at the top. They rust out, so hopefully that's we find the answer.
There you go, guys. We're on the top of the fuel tank. As you can see, we thought that's the fuel pump and sending unit, and that's looks like an evap line that's connected to that vent, and then it's blowing right out. So it's rusted. It must have a hole in it. So we're gonna take a look at that, and might have to replace this fuel pump.
Well, guys, that'll be the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Actually, make sure you guys go down in the comments and let us know if, like, what certain tools you guys want us to DIY make, and we'll add it to our garage tool arsenal. So make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys go down, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next one.